most often, whether it is development funding agencies such as my own organization like ADB or World Bank or UNDP and others, or even at national level also, national organization, the intentions may be very good in terms of supporting the local activities. But as Salim has mentioned, to what extent are we really confident that we are not really enhancing the vulnerability through our well-intentioned interventions? Our intentions may be right, but most of the adaptation measures that we are taking now may be really maladaptations. So do we have enough knowledge and expertise to really distinguish what could be the maladaptations? I will tell a simple example from India or even Bangladesh, where because of the sea level rise and salt intrusion, people have started more and more shrimp farming as a new economic opportunity. So once you have the shrimp farming, in fact, they brought out the changes to such a level that even the climate change over 100 years will not bring. And the salinity has increased so much that they had to go long distances to fetch fresh water. So the intention originally may be right. They wanted to just change the farming system. They wanted to improve the incomes through shrimp farming. However, it resulted like a maladaptation. Similarly, when we want to build a road, again, we think that the climate proofing of a road or weather proofing of a road is a very good intention. Maybe we put in additional money, the government may be ready to take some additional loan. However, whether that action itself is going to lead more people to settle on lands that are most vulnerable. So can we prevent that to happen? So for every intervention that we make, even though our intention may be right, but there are very few people looking at potential maladaptations, especially at local level. So this is one issue that probably we need to look in. And the second area I will just target briefly is about how best we can address in terms of development financing, in terms of mainstreaming. Of course, the entry points are many, and it was already pointed out by earlier speakers. But the point is that just putting in a document or just putting in a strategy, I mean like country assistance strategy or a joint donor strategy for a particular government, that is one thing. That is, of course, it's the only entry point. But unfortunately, so far the progress has been mostly in terms of documentation, not in terms of implementation. And this applies across all agencies. And it's not the fault of, again, intentions may be right, but the progress is limited. So this is where we need to think differently and probably outside the box. So how can we really engage the local partners and also the national governments in thinking about climate change needs? Most of the development assistance is, of course, demand-driven. We cannot just go to a government and say that this is what you need. They must tell. But as I mentioned earlier, their priorities are often different from climate change. So how can we really enhance their awareness of the potential impacts of climate change on their own development so that they will make or they will request the development financing, I mean through climate change financing as a priority. So this is one major area. And second thing that I want to focus is about the harmonization. There are several donors with several schemes, again with good intentions. How can we really harmonize policies and go to the government? And of course, even within the government is also, there are several ministries with different policies, often conflicting policies. How best can we harmonize so that the successful adaptation can be mainstreamed into development? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Ansha, for those 5 or 6 minutes. And Ansha mentioned that we must think outside of the box. I mean, I don't dare ask him if the ADB does that, but maybe one of you later can ask him if they do that. I would now like to ask Dr. Royal Chitradon, Director of Hydro and Agroinformatics Institute, the HAII, at the Ministry of Science and Technology here in Thailand. His key work as director of the HAII is to develop integrated operation systems for water resource and agricultural management in order to support the decision-making processes of other related agencies in setting up plans to prevent or relieve the impacts of natural disasters. He finished his doctoral degree at the Informatics Institute, Innsbruck University in Austria. And using his knowledge of mathematics and informatics, as well as his experience in water issues, he has developed various projects in collaboration with private and government agencies to enhance water resource management in Thailand. And I would like to ask him and the remaining speaker to please try to remain within your 3 minutes as time is marching on, as it always does, especially when you're having fun, as I hope we are today. So, Dr. Chitradon, please. Just get the presentation up there.
Sorry, I'm looking for the presentation. Yes.
Okay.
And yes, it's here.
What a relief.
Thank you for your introduction. Thank you for your nice introduction. Is it five? Yes. And yesterday I had a chance to sit in the forum, and there were two main ideas that would fit with my presentation. One, somebody said that climate change adaptation is water. And the other one, they talk about that the climate change or any adaptation is bottom-up process. And my presentation would fit with these two main ideas. From this main idea, I'd like to propose the case that we are working in Thailand, what and why. What we are doing in adaptation is the case about the community water resource management that we are working in the northeastern part of Thailand, where the people believe that it's a drought area. And why? From the basic information, we could say something about why. The basic information of the rainfall map in Thailand, and from the basic information, we start to quantify the list in flood and drought. That is a part of the climate change that occurred in Thailand in the past 5 or 6 years. And doing adaptation at the community level is at the local level that would fit with Mr. Joy